I'm here with Sophie Blake, who is the events director of Horse of the Year. Kia ora, Sophie, and thanks for joining me.
Thank you. And sorry about my office. I kind of ran to get to the Zoom meeting, and this is the only place I could find that was quiet.
No, that's all good. We understand that you're sort of at the pointy end of things now. Horse of the Year is on this week. How had preparations gone?
Full on. I suppose that when something has been on for 3 years, the layers of what this event is just when it comes together, it's just such a huge machine. You just forget, and I suppose I don't appreciate how much everyone does. So it's been a huge week. Today's probably actually weirdly for us, Sunday, Monday is the worst days. When I say worst, biggest days.
Yes.
And once the event opens, it's all good. But
Yes.
these are the biggest logistic days.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned that it hasn't been on for 3 years, and obviously that was 2 years of COVID and then the cyclone last year.
Yes.
So it must be pleasing to actually have it finally back up and running.
It is. It's actually quite a surreal feeling. I've been saying to some people, it's like organising the biggest wedding you could, but getting left at the altar 3 times. The hype's there. We're all excited. The money's been spent, and then once again, he didn't turn up. So this time, we're going to get across the line and say, "I do."
Well, glad to hear that. So
Yeah.
what can people expect? Because I mean, there have been high standards of delivery over the last, I don't know how many years it's been going and that. What can we expect from Horse of the Year this time?
I think the biggest thing to get across with our event is compared to others is that we're 5-year-olds right up to 70-year-olds. Like we are inclusive of all. So as the week progresses, so does the classes.
Yeah.
The show jumping obviously starts off with a hiss and a roar of the top riders in the premiere, but we do actually have we've got our first ridden and showing. We've got our lead classes, our pinto, our gypsy, our mounted games. So you've got the bred sections and the invited disciplines around us, and then the core of the event during the week is the show jumping, the beautiful dressage, and the show hunter going. So, and then as the week progresses, then we get into the exciting stuff.
And how many contestants are you expecting?
We have got about 1,300 horses at the moment, so and then slightly less riders on that. So yeah, we're looking at about 1,200 riders on site, which kind of already are here, which is quite busy.
Yeah, I can imagine. And any big names come in?
Wow, we've got depends if you class me and Kenny a big name, but no, we've got 13 Australians. We're really honoured and privileged to have the Australians here. They arrived. The teams arrived today. The horses arrived tonight. They flew into Auckland, coming down from Auckland today. Big trip for them, but it's amazing to have. I think we've got 14 or 15 Australian horses competing, and that's a huge feat. Like that's just incredible. We've never had for years. Maybe back in Kevin Hansen's days, we haven't had that many Australians since I've been around for 10 years that I remember.
Okay, yeah. And what has changed in terms of, because the showgrounds themselves has changed quite a bit. Logistically, how have you positioned things? Is it much the same as before, or what has changed?
No. Yes and no. Obviously, the grounds are still the grounds. We always knew that with the council taking over, there was going to be some transitional changes. Obviously, the grandstand, there's rumours out there, the grandstand's not able to be used. That's actually going to be knocked down in April. So we've just had to make things like little mini grandstands around the grounds. We've increased all the seating around the grounds. The public bar's much bigger. We're just making sure that this year is about inclusiveness. So when we get to that sort of Thursday, Friday crunch time, when the arenas are usually packed and the public's coming in, there will be seats everywhere. We've increased our seating as much as we can around the Premier Arena just to make sure people can still come, sit down and enjoy the week.
And who's your sponsorship?
Our main sponsors is obviously it's Land Rover Defender. So Land Rover is our sponsor, but they're also their chosen fleet would be Defender. So Land Rover Defender, which is a huge support. Without them, even the last few years, I can't thank them enough, along with Hastings Council, who have actually left a lot of the funds in. As you probably know, we're not for profit. We're not this big wealthy equestrian event.
Yes.
We've always soaked it up. Our riders have all helped us financially get through. And this show is for everyone else. It's actually just for everyone to celebrate, bring it back in, create those memories again, and all just be together. There's no functions as such. Once you're in the gate, you're in the gate. Everyone's there, everyone's welcome, and it's just all about coming back together.
And what if you had to choose one or two main events? If what would you choose?
Okay, definitely the Saturday cross country, which is
Yeah.
the edgiest, nail biting, galloping through the ground. They literally go from for those that know the area, they go from the polo grounds, they gallop across the road with limestone, gallop across the road, go all through the showgrounds, right through Waikoko Gardens and back through. So that's just incredible to watch. No other event in New Zealand can offer that kind of atmosphere. That's what the riders come for. A lot of the riders coming from Australia. Actually, I think Shane Rose is off to Paris as well. So these are like Olympian potentials or actual Olympian riders doing that. But you can't beat Sunday, which is our Cup Day. We've changed this a little bit. Cup Day now is your pony of the year, followed by your eventer of the year, dressage of the year, and your show jumping horse of the year. So if you want to see the big stuff, the big kids, the big boys, you come along on Sunday.
And who comes to Horse of the Year? Do you find it's obviously you've got your people who are interested in equestrian, but is it something that the whole community buys into?
It is because you've obviously got, yes, we're equestrian, we can't deny that, but
Yeah.
we've got clothing stores, we've got jewelry, we've got hobby horses. Like even if you haven't got a horse, you might have a little girl that wants a hobby horse. There actually is something for everyone. But when you're bringing it out, we have actually got on Friday, 2 p.m. the gates are open for free, so anyone can, if you've been thinking about coming to Horse of the Year and thought, oh, it's just horsiness, it's all this, just come and have a look. So
Yeah.
2 o'clock on Friday, the gates open for free for anyone. There'll be an amazing class on the Cavallino Silverfern Stakes. That's 1.40 m. It's a huge height. There'll be dressage still going. The food court will be open. We've got sort of activities going on. So just come and have a look for yourself of what we're actually all about, because this year's about bringing everyone in and saying thank you for keeping us in the region.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time, Sophie. I do appreciate it, and
All
all
right.
the best for the event. And we'll speak to
Thank
you
you.
in the future.
Absolutely. See
All
you
right.
soon.
Thank you.
Bye.